Hi guys! We're back. So this year, it's been a really great year for movies, especially for me, because I will admit, I do love me some basic movies and franchises. I'm sorry, and I'm okay with that, guys. No need to comment about it. I'm okay with it. Anyway, yeah, just want to come on, make a chill little video where I talk about some of the movies this year. This heart is what I think about people who watch this whole video. You guys know what I'm referencing?
This is what I feel about you fans. This heart. It's for you guys.
Just enjoy the video.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay, let's get this one out of the way. Pretty much everyone loved Superman, and rightfully so. It's so unapologetically itself, and it feels like a straight-up comic book. This world feels so lived in and immersive, and I cannot wait to see more. It's got some of the most iconic characters ever in the best and most genuine that they've ever been. Superman himself is a literal Disney princess in this. His kindness and compassion being the spotlight of the whole movie is just, yes, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. And Lex Luthor is the perfect villain, maybe even my favorite ever. He's such pure evil, but that never makes him feel like a flat or simple character. He's so complex and realistic. To me, he just feels like a high school bully amped up to the max. The same insecurities and hate and jealousy real people have, just at its absolute peak in power and influence. And at the end of the day, he's just a regular guy who's created a way to almost kill the most powerful man in the world, maybe universe. I think the shot of him and Lois talking while the Justice Gang fight the bad thingy outside really encapsulates this. You know, showing how Superman's greatest strength is his kindness, and sometimes a genuine conversation is a more powerful act from him than beating up a big bad guy. And at the very end, the excitement you get out of the movie isn't really because he defeated the bad guy, it's because he's back to being the kind hero he was again. And when that music swells throughout the whole movie, I think this movie found the essence of what makes a superhero and why everyone fell in love with them in the first place all those decades ago. And I'm literally so excited to see Supergirl next year, aka my favorite superhero, be in this universe that values its characters so much. This movie literally caught me so off guard. I'm literally the opposite of a horror movie person, so really I had no reason to watch this movie while it was in theaters, which I'll always regret because the concept of seeing it in IMAX is just like, damn. But my mom wanted to watch it when it came on Prime Video, and I really wasn't sure if I wanted to join her, but as soon as it started, I was like instantly hooked. Everything I'm about to say has probably been said millions of times, but like, wow, is this movie good. I love the way that at the beginning, you really have no idea what this movie is gonna do and how we're gonna end up with Sammy running into the church. Though the exposition is like an hour long, it goes by so fast, you know, just riding along with the crew at the beginning while the tension builds. It's so fun and captivating because of how much depth the setting and characters have. The whole party scene through the whole vampire attack is just like wow, you forget that this whole thing is taking place in essentially one room and one night because of how big and grand this seemingly small story is. The characters are also intriguing, even though the cast size is pretty big, which is like really impressive, and they really all come together at the end really well. The blending of celebrating real things like music and culture and more fantastical elements like all of the vampire stuff is amazing. And the end is literally the definition of knocking your socks off. This might be the most ambitious movie I've ever seen, and by the last 30 minutes you are totally completely locked in and captivated as you are literally thrown around from scene to scene. And like, after all he went through, at the end of the day, it's not even the vampires that kill him. Like, damn. And the post-credit scene is something that stuck with me ever since I watched it, like that sad, reflective tone, and knowing that even though Stack is a vampire, something in him is still helping his brother. The Oscars better lock in, even though they notoriously don't really like horror movies. Come on, Oscars, please. I never expected I'd be like saying any of this or talking about this movie in general, like, ever in my life. Like, mind you, I'm someone who literally could not care less about K-pop and all that stuff. And when I saw clips of the trailer online, I actively made the decision of, okay, cool, but I'm never watching that. But as more and more people started to watch it and talk about it, mostly my friend Daniela, shout out to her, she doesn't even know I have this channel, I started to get FOMO, and I think that's mostly because it's been a good while since my GOAT Disney has delivered its signature peak fun animated musical, and I didn't realize just how much I'd been missing that kind of movie. So I took a chance and watched it, and like, wow, my god, I did. It perfectly filled the Disney-sized hole in my heart, like wow. And the biggest reason I think it's become this huge thing is because, and I wish more studios would realize this, it doesn't treat its audience / kids like they're dumb. Think about the kids movies that have become this kind of global event. They're kids movies, yes, but they're more so family movies that take themselves seriously and have themes and stories that are universal enough and captivating enough to connect with everyone. fun. As for the movie itself, yeah, I loved it. It feels like an actual like modern day fairy tale. All the fantasy elements mixed in with the Korean culture and the modern day Korean and celebrity culture is just so cool to see. And all the characters are amazing, so genuine and relatable, but also so cool and fun to watch. Zoe being my personal favorite. And yeah, one thing I think me and a lot of people have clung on to is how real it is. Like, what other animated kids movie will have the characters like canonically out of makeup just discussing life? And I think the villains are really interesting too. Gino is actually pretty complex for a love interest. Like, he's obviously a good dude at his core, but like, I don't know, he's done some pretty bad stuff. And I think it's cool that they had the guts to like kill him off. And Celine on the other side of the coin is also really interesting because did she kind of ruin Rumi's life? Yes. Did she think that was what was best for the world? Also, yes. Like, yeah, I love how they allow things to not just be black and white because that's how things are in real life. And honestly, it's pretty funny. And no, I'm not just talking about like that weird face stuff. There's so many genuinely clever and funny moments that I just have to be like, okay, yeah, like, yeah. And the music, what it sounds like is the best song, and I'm taking no criticism on that. Yeah, some fans can be pretty corny, but I also can't name one franchise that doesn't have those kinds of corny fans. So come on. And seeing it in theaters with my friends was one of the most fun theater experiences I've ever had, and I really think that there's no better movie to be this generation's Frozen, and I need a sequel immediately. This was the movie I had been looking forward to the most this year. When it first got announced, I couldn't even believe it was real because it took a bunch of my favorite characters that I didn't think anyone else really cared for and put them on a new cool team together. As for the movie itself, it's awesome. While I can definitely see its flaws and it's by no means a perfect movie, I still really love it, and it's low-key my favorite Marvel movie. I think the characters are perfect, but I will always have a Taskmaster-sized hole in my heart, Marvel. I've always thought Yelena was a super interesting character, and I'm so glad Marvel has too. I love her as a lead in this, and her whole arc from being pretty much completely directionless to saving the day in her own way. And besides her, I think the rest of the characters are great too. They bounce off each other perfectly, and I can't wait to see more of them together in Doomsday. Yelena and Alexi's dynamic is super interesting because yes, he did do some horrible stuff and they aren't really a traditional family, but they're really the only two people who understand what the other is going through. I understand the complaints about Bucky's lack of screen time. Yes, I do think he was a little underutilized, but I did really like the kind of role he had in the group. Unlike the rest of them, he's had time to grow and deal with his trauma, and now he's put in a group with a bunch of younger people who are in like similar situation he used to be in. Like, yes, I like that. And I haven't even mentioned Bob yet. He's totally great in this, and I love him as a hero, but also as a villain. I think he's one of the most interesting villains in Marvel. I mean, the whole Void is at the end of the day just a manifestation of his and everyone else's fears and stuff. And the ending is one of my favorite endings ever. I love the like final fight. Like, yes, the action of the Marvel fights you know and love, but with an actual like fire meaning and character moments. Like, yes, who cried? I love how many risks this movie takes. Partly wish it would do that throughout the whole movie, but still a very good movie. I love you, West Chesapeake Valley Thunderbolts. We're back. Now I want to do a little lightning round, bringing up some other movies that I really like this year, / that I think are worth bringing up. Enjoy. While this is by no means a perfect movie, and I do really agree with a lot of the criticisms on it, I don't know, I loved it. A pretty fun, clever rom-com. I don't know if it counts as a rom-com. I don't know. What would you count it as? Chris Evans, I love you so much. This movie, on the other hand, wasn't really my thing, and I didn't really enjoy it all that much. But I can definitely recommend it because, after all, it is a pretty good movie. There's a lot of cool stuff in it, a really cool concept, and production design. It just wasn't for me, but if you think it could possibly be for you, I would definitely give it a watch. I'm really sorry for including this. I mean, I've never even seen the original. It's probably because I just saw it with my friends, and I don't know, I thought it was really funny and fun. I don't know, I enjoyed it. Once again, extremely sorry. That is about it for this video. How do you guys feel? Do you agree? Not agree? Yeah, there's a lot of good ones that I still am really looking forward to this year. One in particular. Did you guys hear that? I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I really want to go see One Battle After Another. Heard that one's really good. Yes, Ava, you have really good taste. You're all shouting in the comments. I know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video.